Taurus. We will now be exploring love and career in more detail, starting off with love, Taurus. Let's see what's going on for you in love, Taurus. Okay, again, I mean, you're coming up Knight of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles, Taurus, maybe as well as with the 5 here. So you've really got the 5, the 6, and the Knight. Now, a part of you may feel like there's something still left to fight for, and it may be with an Aries. You've got the Fool. You do have several air cards here, which would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and that was a strong presence in the general reading. Now, if you're not dealing with an air sign, it could very well indicate that communication is going to be very off when it comes to love. There's possibly some neglect, or I feel like you might be exhausted, Taurus. You might be not feeling very enthusiastic about a connection. I don't know if you're encountering someone's foolish behavior, okay, if someone's being this way towards you, and you're actually possibly growing tired of it, actually, Taurus. I see that you've given a lot to a connection. Okay, you've given a lot of yourself to this connection, and you've been very open, and you've taken a lot of initiative, but something doesn't seem to be working here. Now, the Knight has come up twice, and they both sort of face each other. But I feel like they have a distance to travel. They have to get through some cards, and you know, you do have the Ace of Swords that had come up twice, so I feel like that Ace, there is a new chapter in love, but the Ace of Swords isn't necessarily a easy chapter. It could indicate a communication phase might be disturbed, I think, for some of you when it comes to love. So you might notice some differences in the way you communicate with your significant other. There's blocking, or messages aren't getting through. There's a lot of, you know, that Two of Swords, the Ace. I mean, it's a very lost or disoriented energy. There's someone here who's a bit disorientated. I feel like with the Fool, the Pelican seeks, you know, it has the stump here, and it sort of rests on this stump in the night with the choppy waters below, and it's a very scattered energy, so someone's feeling this way. When it comes to love, this Fool is really standing out to me. But it really depends, is she giving her last pentacle to him, or is he sharing it with her? I mean, so there's something that's open to interpretation here. But I think you're losing enthusiasm, maybe. I don't know if you're also losing trust, Taurus. You might be losing trust in a situation. That doesn't mean you can't regain it, because the Ace of Swords is very powerful. And if you're coming up as the Knight, I mean, you're on this unicorn here. Now, unicorns, you know, it's especially in the love realm when we say that, like, they're a unicorn, or they're as rare as a unicorn, or looking for your unicorn. So, I mean, some of you do have a deeply, deeply rare connection that's in front of you. Absolutely. But I feel like you're on top, okay? You're on top of them. So you seem to have more power, or you seem to be able to control, or I wouldn't say manipulate, but guide them, okay? He doesn't manipulate the horse. He guides the horse in the direction to which he pleases, but you are the Knight, Taurus. So you are guiding this. And I feel like, you see how he's all dressed up in armor and he faces the Ace. You're ready to fight for something, or you're not ready to leave without fighting. But I worry if you're going to be too depleted here with the Five of Pentacles, because this is neglect, and if it's not you, then it's this person feeling this way. It's almost like one's lost energy, the other one's trying to block. Something's not matching up this month. You know, something's not adding up to the bigger picture here. And there could be an exodus or an ending. But again, I'm drawn to that Leo period where things could shape up. Or maybe you might notice these significant things happening within the time frame of Leo. because this wall is half built. You know, you need to build you still need to keep building. It's not as solid, okay? It's not as solid as you would like it to be. There's fragility, I think, around a connection. So I think stay true to you, Taurus. Stay true to your values, to your wants, to your needs. Don't disregard them just because you feel exhausted or just because you feel like, you know, neglected. It's not worth it. You need to own the values that you have. You need to fight for them, Taurus, because that's what you've set out for yourself. Let's have a look at career. Okay, Knight of Wands. Okay, could be a Cancer coming in for some of you. Okay, coming up as the Page and the Seven of Pentacles. So you're going to see growth, Taurus. This is very good. There could be a little bit of vagueness. I feel like with the Eight of Chalices, can be fantasy and thought. But it's like he's clouded by judgment here. So something's very vague. You need to get down to the specifics. I don't know if there's consequences coming in with the Hangman. There could be consequences, repercussions, fines, follow-ups. The Hangman does something that's seen maybe as illegal, maybe as frowned upon, maybe as unethical. So you might have that sort of behavior around you. But you are coming up as the Page. They're very fixated on something here. You might turn your back on this. You might turn your back on some sort of law, some sort of code or company culture or standard, Taurus, because you're distracted. You are quite money driven or results driven. So I don't know if that's going to distract you from this, or you're going to see someone suffering, but you might turn your back on them. But I see you here with Seven of Pentacles. You might contribute to someone's Hangman experience. It's not you self-sabotaging thing for yourself. It's you contributing to that with another person. But maybe you're doing the right thing. Maybe you're taking the initiative and you're following the laws. You know, Ten of Swords can be a betrayal, Taurus. Maybe you're going to be the one to betray someone else in business, in the workplace. The Moon, okay, the Moon can be anxiety. Maybe this is speaking more of the creative realm. You might see a lot of growth in the creative realm. Okay, you might be very productive during this time. So if there's something that you have creatively, this might be a very ripe time for you to focus on that. But vagueness comes to mind. There's a fire knight here, so possibly an Aries, Sag, and you did have Leo come up. The Knight of Wands is very entangled in this situation. So you might be entangled in a few things. Entangled in paperwork. Entangled in some sort of situation. It could be like a legal situation here, so you may need to look out for that. And the Moon can symbolize protection. The boat is protection. The Moon is needing to protect yourself. So you might need to protect your assets, your interests, protect your work. Or there's someone around you who may feel threatened. You see these fire ones, they're relentless, so they may feel threatened by your success, Taurus. And you may see them grow very emotional towards you because the Moon is very deep emotion. So emotion is coming into the workplace here on quite a severe level. You might get very emotional about someone leaving or what someone does, maybe in the company, maybe in the team, in the office. Could also be a new project you're starting. Make sure you've got a sufficient workload, but I see you doing several little things, which is good. You're still being productive in that sense, which is very good. I just hope that it's not whatever you're going to be tied up in here. Tied up in paperwork, deadlines, priorities. I think it's quite an intense or busy / eventful career period during this upcoming month. I will leave your reading at that though, Taurus, so thank you for tuning in.